Sisterhood is a beautiful thing. It is built on love, trust, and support. But what if that bond is tested and that trust and support is broken? Let's keep it real right here on Girl Talk.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, don't you still amaze me? If I find my way home, yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Girl Talk, where every voice matters and every story inspires. Today, we got a juicy one, y'all. We're going to dive into a powerful book that's soon to be released. It's already creating quite the buzz already. It's not even out yet. So we're going to dig into that and unpack what it means. And it's called Sisterhood Under Trial by Meko Krout. This novella is going to explore complexities of friendship, sisterhood, and resilience. And so I just want to give a warm welcome. Welcome in our gladiator sister, Miss Meko Krout, y'all.
Woohoo, thank you.
Girl, come on
Thank
in.
you for
Come
the
on in.
invite.
You're
Ooh, I'm
welcome.
excited.
Welcome. Me too. Welcome to Girl Talk. Welcome to Girl Talk. Ooh, girl, you know this is ooh, this gonna be the subject, right? Oh my God. Yeah. So
Sisterhood
thank
is
you.
always the subject.
It's always a subject. It's always a subject. So listen, before we get
Exactly.
started, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Oh, who is Miko?
Yeah, who's
Well,
Miko?
who's Miko? Uh, it's funny, I get that question a lot and I still can't cover who's Miko. Uh, but just Miko, everyday Miko is I am a fintech geek. I work in the fintech industry. That's my one of my first loves. I am a mom of three man children. I do this three
Mm,
man children. So if you notice anything I do, like from tattoos to ear piercing, everything is in threes. Um,
okay.
I am an entrepreneur. I have a nonprofit called Accessories in the Nude, no nudity, but it's a nonprofit that helps elevate accessory designers. So we host a competition and trunk show each year for whoever wins the competition. Um, I serve in the community and I just try to still learning how to live life, kick back and just live life and push everything else to the side. But I'm so much more than the titles or whatever. Uh, I'm just uh, a female that's just trying to live life and move forward. That was kind of choppy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I got that. And live life what? Inspired, right? That's what
Right.
we like.
I
Live it
like it. I like
inspired.
it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Girl, you got a lot going on. You have a lot going on. You also my brand ambassador. We want to put that out there. We want to put that
Oh,
out
well,
there.
we
You are
have to
my
put that on
gladiator brand.
there.
Yes, yes. Put
Yeah.
that on there.
And
Put
I
that
am her
on.
brand ambassador.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, girl, let's get this thing started.
All righty.
Let's start here. I know, every story has a starting point, right?
Mhm.
And I just love to know how this came up, like in personal experiences of yours. Um, Also, we're going to talk about moments of reflections and the story that what sparked this particular story. So that brings us to this question. First we're going to get started. Let's kick off with the big question. So, what inspired you to write Sisterhood Under Trial?
Ooh, so I would say two reasons. And the first one I'm gonna say, we as women always talk about sisterhood,
Mm-hmm.
but then talking to different males and even my Mr. Shady I live with, I call Mr. Shady. He and it may offend women, and I'm sorry, but we always say we want to be transparent and live our best life. But
Mhm.
men, if you look at a male's perspective, they
Mhm.
say when we say sisterhood, we are fraudulent. We are being frauds.
Mm.
We always throwing out that sisterhood. Oh, we have a sisterhood, but the moment someone doesn't uh react or act the way they want someone to be,
Mhm.
they feel like they're not being sisterly.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's such a cliche,
yeah,
because you're right. That word is really thrown out there a lot,
a lot.
and no shade, no pun intended to the word, but it is really thrown out there a lot. So does it really stand true to what it really truly means?
Right,
You
right.
know, and,
And,
and I
and,
think
and
go ahead.
and I would say, why do we always have to say sisterhood? It's okay to say associate or uh, one person called me sister friend or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing about us as women, we throw out sisterhood, but we don't take in consideration what is that for each person.
Mm-hmm.
I may not show up for you where you want, but you didn't ask me how did I plan on showing up for you, or vice versa.
That's true.
So, we put this stigma on a person, on you have to show up this way, but you never spoke to them about it. Or you spoke to them about it, but they didn't agree to it. And just
Mm,
because someone doesn't react or act or respond the way you want does not mean they're not your sister, but that's just not who they are or capable of.
right. The expectations, right? Those
Right.
expectations. And
Hmm.
then so when they don't come through, it kind of busts your bubble, the expectations. So it's almost as if don't really go in it with expectations. I mean, maybe to a certain degree, but to where if it doesn't happen, then, it won't really sting or hurt you too much.
Right.
But the thing is, though, there are certain expectations for certain people who you want, who are really there for you in your life. Not everybody is, and like you said, there are certain roles for certain people. So that is true. That is true. It's very different definitions of sisterhood and what role
Hmm.
you play within that sisterhood, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you look at it as, I'll say for me, I'll be 55 this year.
Hmm.
Life is short, and I don't have the I don't have the time. I don't know how much longer the Lord will allow me on this earth
Right.
to sit up here and debate about if someone showed up for me properly,
Hmm.
or I put stock in it, because
Hmm.
I look at it as this: if they did or didn't, if I hurt you or if I or you hurt me, I have to forgive and move on. We may show up a little differently, but if God can sit up here every day and allow me to wake up and forgive me for whatever I've done, I can do the
Yes.
same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I say that all the time. If he can forgive us daily for what we do every day, who am I not to forgive and just move on,
Keep it
And
moving.
it's okay to forgive and move on. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So before we get into deeper in that, because we're gonna do that a little bit later in the show, I want to get into the book and what the book means, and then we're gonna get to how it correlates to our real lives, like we're doing right now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do it. So, I want to know, here's the next question. What can readers expect from the storyline of Sisterhood Under Trial? I know it's not out yet. It's soon to be coming out, soon to be released. You posted it and everything. It's out there, but it's not out there, right?
Right.
So without giving too much of it away, what can we expect from the storyline of Sisterhood Under Trial?
Ooh, I don't want to give anything away. I'm just kidding.
No, don't be. Well,
Just
you gotta have
kidding.
a teaser. You gotta have a trailer. Give
I
the
know.
people something,
Give
because
them a
girl,
little
this
bit.
is
Give
gonna
them a
be
little bit.
flying off the shelves. I'm telling you.
So, it's all around a sister pack, and
Okay.
you expect a lot of roller coaster of emotions,
Okay.
drama, love, um, raw, real moments that make you pause and think about a sisterhood.
Mm,
It brings the lives of three women whose friendship is being tested, and a lot of secrets will be unraveled. Trust is
mm.
shaken, and also how they navigate through their personal journey. So,
Okay.
uh, it's while also trying to hold on to the sisterhood they built, and also about friendships at its best and at its breaking point.
Mm.
Yeah.
Girl, that's juicy already. Okay. There's nothing like a sneak peek of a book before it comes out. All the twists and turns, and so that's good. So from what we know, the readers can take away a little bit of this and a little bit of that, right? It's like an emotional journey, take you down an
It's
emotional roller coaster,
exactly.
highs and lows of sisterhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Highs and lows of sisterhoods, highs and lows of life.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. So speaking of sisterhood, how does this book explore the theme of that? I guess it's to your point of what you just mentioned, how all those twists and turns and everything. So it's important that we also know that sisterhood is not picture perfect. You know,
Exactly.
it, it's not perfect. It
Mhm.
sometimes shows what tough love. It can be tough love.
Mhm.
We talked about forgiveness, and we talked about moving on too, right?
Correct.
Uh,
Mhm.
right. So now let's talk about the title. The title of it. The phrase alone suggests that the friendships are tested in the relationships.
Mhm.
The experiences of these characters. You said it's three characters,
It's three characters.
three women. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh,
And it goes back to what I said. I do everything in
yeah.
three. Yeah.
You do everything in three. So I love how intentional you are. I love that because that's
Yeah.
very unique, and I'm the same way. When I tell you it has to mean something, I don't care if it's three, the number, the color, the font, everything you do has to be unique to you, number one,
Mhm.
and it has to mean something to you, right? So
Exactly.
I
Mhm.
like that. So this is a very special book. So, okay, let's make it personal. Have you ever faced a situation on your own where your sisterhood was or your friendship was tested?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, we're
Uh,
getting ready to get real now.
I say this. I'm not gonna, give a prime example or
Okay.
but I have been faced with even last year and even
Mhm.
some years ago, even just before COVID, I give example before COVID,
Mhm.
when we all was going, not before, during COVID, when we was all going through COVID, um, I'm gonna say for me personally,
Uh-huh.
I felt abandoned,
Mm.
because and for two reasons, because I would speak on from depression and abandonment issues.
Mhm.
So when I wasn't hearing from like one or two of my friends that I thought was close friends,
Mhm.
I took it personally. I still kept trying to reach out, and wasn't getting that same response back,
Mhm.
and it you I reacted in a way, in me mentally, just being upset, like, what did I do?
Mhm.
Or, why all of a
Yeah.
sudden you disconnect and don't
Mhm.
don't respond back. But also not taking in consideration they may be going through something, and that's their
Mhm.
way of handling things. Not
Mhm.
saying it's right or wrong,
Mhm.
but that's how they handle, disconnecting from everybody. Now, this
Mhm.
disconnected for a whole 2 years or whatever, and then circle
Yeah.
back around, you can't expect that other person to just come back and say, "Hey," but uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's you got to, no matter
Mhm.
what our parents tell us, no matter
Mhm.
um whatever, no matter whatever reaction or that you do is going to have a response or a consequence. And I said
Mhm.
that a little wrong, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know you, and you're right
Every
about that.
action has a reaction, yeah, no
Yeah,
matter if it's
yeah.
good or bad. And
Mhm.
so, as a human being, my reaction may have not been like great, but I
Mhm.
have a tendency, somebody said I have an overly forgiving heart, and I'm good with that. I have a tendency
Mhm.
to forgive, but
Mhm.
sometimes, I still have those lingering feelings, but
Mhm.
I had to understand that that person may have been going through something also. It wasn't just about
Mhm.
me, even though I
Mhm.
always try to make it about me. But
Mhm.
just understanding, that person wasn't may not have in their mind, I'm not their friend, but hey, I'm
Mhm.
going through something, so I have to disconnect from everybody. Everybody's
Mhm.
COVID was a big deal. Yeah,
Yeah, it really
it
was.
was a
Yeah.
big deal. And
Yeah.
then I just had a slight situation where someone, I guess I did something and they just shut down on me without really communicating.
Mhm.
And I took a step in terms of reaching out, and I don't
Mhm.
read. I'll be honest with everyone. I don't reach
Mhm.
out. I'm the worst communicator in the world.
Mhm.
And I even took a step and reached out to, figure out what's
Mhm.
going on.
Mhm.
But some of those situations triggered me into writing this book because talking to my
Yeah.
other half, he was like, Miko, y'all sit up here and talk about sisterhood and and we as women, and he said, y'all women are catty. Y'all hold y'all feelings on your shoulders,
Mhm.
and then you always talk about, yeah, y'all gotta be sisters, but then next y'all quick to cut somebody off and talking about, oh, you cut somebody out your life because they impacting your mental health. No,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
guys are fraudulent. He said you need to stop throwing out that word sisterhood because
Yeah.
you guys are
Yeah.
fraudulent. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And he right to a point. I mean, the
Mhm.
and to your point of things that trigger you, I'm the same way.
Mhm.
There's, things that happen in your life from, as a little girl, growing up and just all those things just that happen in the span of your life up until now. Some things can really
Exactly.
trigger you, and like you say, it's really not about you all the time because you never know what the other person is going through as well. But at the
Mhm.
same time, um, it has to be a reciprocated relationship, and it has to be
Yeah.
a loving, graceful, giving each other grace relationship, and a lot of times when you're triggered
Exactly.
by something, you feel abandoned, you don't feel supported. But then a lot of times, quite honestly, those conversations don't quite really happen.
Mhm.
And that's where the conversations need to happen,
Exactly.
because things do happen. Your life move in different directions. Um, or some challenges come up, and then for me, I speak to me, I am such a true introverted Capricorn to the T. There are
Introvert.
certain traits of you there are certain traits of me, but it's almost if you have to get to know me to love me, to get
Mhm.
to know me,
Mhm.
sweetheart, a great person to be around. I can be a great friend to be around. I'm a great listener, and I just support you wholeheartedly. But there's some things that really trigger you when things don't happen your way, that you kind of expect. We talk about expectations, and it's
Mhm.
like it makes you sort of think, and it takes you back to where I'm not being heard, I'm not being seen. Do they really understand me? Why I don't feel supported by whoever, or why this or why that? You question a lot of things,
Mhm.
and then of course you pray about a lot of things, and then some things, are really challenging you to where you just have to say, okay, well, where's my life taking me right now? And then you got things going on. You got a business you're trying to run. You got things you're trying to create, and all of these things, and don't have a 9 to 5 like I do. I am extremely busy. And so you don't
Yep.
really quite have a lot of time for a whole lot of stuff. But I'm telling you one thing, when you really friends and you by the time you do catch up, you pick up just like that before you know it. Like, and you never
Mhm.
lose, like you never lost a day, you know,
Yeah.
if it's really there. How you talk to somebody, you never talked to them for a long time, and all of a sudden it's
You come
like,
back around like you
yeah,
was
it's
talking to
like
him
you just met
yesterday.
each other yesterday. Yeah, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I so I'm trying to, for me personally, because I tell everyone I'm the most self-aware person. I tell you everything, the flaws that I have. But when it comes to those relationships, because we all can agree, even like a sisterly relationship, or as
Yeah.
we say, sisterhood, that's just like you. a personal relationship that you have with your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
Those are relationships that you're mending, building,
Men building, yeah.
mending.
Yeah.
Um, so 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, you still don't know that person. Even the person you're dating
Mm.
or having a relationship with, you're still learning them every day. So a person that you're building a sisterly relationship with, a
Yeah.
girlfriend relationship with,
Mm-hmm.
you don't live with that person every day, all day. You're not with them 24 hours a day. You still don't
Mm-hmm.
know them.
Mm-hmm.
You can go, you can hang out, you can know them for a year. You're not in the same space with them 24 hours a day like you are with your significant
That is
others.
now that's
You
true.
are still learning each other. So you're not going to know everything about
Wow.
them.
Yeah.
And so you shouldn't, I hate to say this, for me, and I can't tell anyone else what to do. I
Yeah.
don't feel like you should put your 100% stock in someone because it's unfair because you don't know who they are 100%.
I like that perspective.
Yeah.
You're right. We don't live with each other 24/7, so we won't know each other fully, what our likes and dislikes are in that type of relationship building.
Mhm.
You're right when you use that analogy. So I like
Yeah.
that perspective. Yeah. That's awesome. So
And
we talked
and
about the challenges. Go ahead.
mhm. Oh, and I
Go
was
ahead.
just gonna say, and another thing for me at my age, I'm not putting stock in. I'm putting stock in building a relationship, but I'm not upholding them to my standards. You
Mhm.
know, as a person, we can go out to eat, hang out, have fun, and I'm gonna come
Mhm.
back home to my other one, my other
Yeah.
one, like I got a other one, my other half,
Uh-huh.
my other
Yeah.
half, and we're
Yeah.
traveling, having fun,
Yeah.
and we're living
Yeah.
life. It for me, it's not about bringing in 100 people and just, oh, we just got to be good friends. We got to be BFFs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not about that for me anymore. It's
Mhm.
about just having a fun relationship where we can go maybe shop. Go, I can call you up, say, hey, let's have dinner.
Mhm.
Or, what are you doing? But
Mhm.
my relationship that I focus on and hold on to right now is my man children,
Mhm.
my Mr. Petty, my sister, my real
Mhm.
sisters,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
my mom, and
Mhm.
everybody else that comes into my space or
Mhm.
this space, big world around me. That's just
Mhm.
extra added gravy. But I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm no longer hold that stance of she made me mad because she didn't do something because
Mhm.
she broke a sisterhood code. I no longer live
Yeah.
like that because if
Yeah.
that's the case, I broke God's code because I sinned on something and I got
Mhm.
to ask for forgiveness.
You're right about, and I'm glad you brought that up because I had came to that conclusion a while ago, and it's like, Lord, I just want meaningful relationship. I don't have to have a whole bunch of best friends. Everybody is not your best friend. People may say that, but I don't need a whole lot of best friends, and I
Mhm.
don't need a whole lot of people to, surround me to make me who I am. I
Right.
just want to have good conversation, good friendships, like you say, to go hang out. Let's do this. Let's do that,
And come
and
on
just
back home.
respect each other and just love on each other, and just help support each other, build each other up, and all of that. I don't want to put like a title on things anymore. I had came to that conclusion, um, because I just want things to flow. I don't want it to be forced. I want it to flow. And the sisterhood and
Mhm.
friendship they should not be forced. They should just flow, right?
Exactly.
That's what I believe. That's what I believe. So we talked about challenges. Let's talk about some solutions. We kind of hit on that just a little bit. What do you think we should do, or women should do, or how should we heal and strengthen sisterhood when it's tested? When a sisterhood is tested, how can we heal and strengthen from that?
Ooh. So
Yeah,
it first started with if both sides are willing to work on it.
that well, hey, well, that's that's true. You can't do it by yourself. That's in any relationship. I mean, you can't do it
Right.
by yourself. That's true.
Um, and then, it all boils down to communication. So,
Mm,
and understanding what everyone's communication style is. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for me, I'm a very poor communicator because
Yeah.
I think I'm similar to a man. It's like I don't have to argue about it. I don't have to fuss about it. First off, we don't even have to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I go on and go watch
Mm-hmm.
TV and go to sleep. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying that's good because some things you do have to talk about it because I'm one of those people who let everything build up, build up, build up, and then explode. That's not
Mm-hmm.
healthy.
No, not
Like
at all.
yeah, like my youngest
Mm-hmm.
sister, she want to talk about it right away, right away, right away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just speaking to a young lady. She just went through a breakup, and she was saying, well, he don't want to talk about it, and every time I ask him questions, he get frustrated. And that's where I'm similar because you have to understand someone's communication styles. If you're
Mm-hmm.
aggressive and you a person just want to talk it out
Mm-hmm.
and has to know, and then you have another person on this side who's not that same type of communicator, and if
Mm-hmm.
they're saying they're giving you short answers or one word answers, they're
You are
frustrated.
preaching right now. Oh my God. Go
But
ahead. This is good.
because they're frustrated because it's not that they're frustrated because you're asking them questions, they don't
Yeah.
know how to express how they're feeling, and that's me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you know someone give you the one word or they're getting frustrated and you keep going
Mm-hmm.
at them,
Mm-hmm.
and if they have even communicated a little bit and you keep
Mm-hmm.
asking it over and over, they're frustrated because one thing is so hard for people like me who don't know how to communicate well, or they feel like they're
Mm-hmm.
not being heard or understood, or they're not capable of relaying what they're feeling.
Yeah.
It does get frustrating, and it feels like what's in their head is you're not listening to me or you don't
Mm-hmm.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, and even the person that the high communicator, I call them, m- they may
Yeah.
communicate, but they may not be a listener. And it's all
Mm-hmm.
about communicating, but the end result is listening.
Mm-hmm.
And but you have to understand each person's communication styles, because if you don't, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
fail. And sometimes I think even friends, if you're such a good friend,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to go through some counseling as friends. Just like if I'm in a relationship with my husband,
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
okay to have counseling. If you truly value that person, then get some counseling to figure out how to communicate with
Ooh.
each other if you
Y'all
value
hear
that
that?
person.
Y'all friends, we need to go get some counseling.
Counseling.
You know what?
Hey.
Because you have touched on something. That's why I'm agreeing with you.
Mm,
You have to know people's love languages and communication languages. Some people like to
mhm.
text, some people like to call, some people
Some
don't
people
like to
don't talk.
don't talk at all.
Hmm.
They just quiet. That's just who they are. And then those who don't want to talk right now, and some want to talk right now, but it's like, give me time.
The
But somebody just
process and
want
all
to,
that.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm a processor. I'll get quiet on you in a minute. That's just how I process things. I'm very quiet. Um, I set my boundaries, and when I'm ready, I'm not a reactor. I don't just react. I have to
Exactly.
let it sit with me before I respond. I think that's wisdom, because some people are too quick to draw their blade and you know, just be going off and stuff. And I'm not one to argue
Mhm.
and get into confrontation. I just don't. Um, so some people, I'm like the calm of the storm. I like to stay calm, even though I might be, going off on the inside, but I'm calming myself before I present myself. And I think
Exactly.
for me, it helps me, and it's wisdom in that, because you want to be able to speak with clarity. You want to be able to
Mhm.
explain yourself. You want to be able to season your speech with love and with salt. You want to be able to come and approach it differently, so you can get a better result of what you guys trying to talk about. So, and that's in any relationship. You need to
Any.
learn each other's languages and how they
Mhm.
want to communicate, and give each other the space and the grace to have space, right? And then come to things later. That's in any relationship. In a marriage, girl, we about to go deep. I mean, that's just not friendships. That's in relationships. That's in, building in marriages, because a lot of people, the 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 problem that they really have, the number one problem I believe is communication. And not just communication, but when they
Hmm.
communicate, the comprehension in the communication, you
Right.
know, is seek
It's
to understand first.
hmm And it's communication and the expectations. You may have an
That part.
expectation of a relationship or how you want someone to show up for you, but that person may not have those same, I'm not gonna say same value, but
Yeah,
they may not, those expectations may not be priority for them. Just because it's priority for you doesn't mean it's for that other person.
that
So
is so true.
you have to understand where that person stands versus yours. And not saying that you guys can be good friends, just
Yeah,
don't expect they're not going to meet your expectations. Those are your
yeah.
expectations, not theirs.
Yeah. Some people have some really strong expectations, and when it doesn't happen,
Hmm.
they get their feelings hurt, and
Exactly.
it might not be something that's intentional. The expectation is not intentional, but the receiving person took it that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the lack of communication to talk about it and to be heard and not be seen first, it's like that needs to happen, so we can
Exactly.
understand each other a little bit better. And a lot of times, healing, you got to set those healthy boundaries, for peace of mind for both parties, or people, or a group of people. Like in your book, it's three people. I mean, they having these trials and tribulations with each other. You Something's bound to happen. Nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna like this
That
about a
part.
person, how they do this, or what,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to be able to communicate that with one another, because it may not be a bond that lasts forever, because maybe it's just something for the meantime. Relationships teaches us something. Not
Hmm.
everybody's supposed to stay in your life.
For
But
for a
when they
season.
are in your past, on your journey, they're there for a
Mhm.
reason, season, or a lesson or a blessing, right? So
Hey,
they
I
might
like
not
that.
be there specifically forever, but those
Hmm.
that are, you really value those relationships, right?
Exactly. I
Right.
love it.
That's
Yeah.
that's
And
awesome.
and I tell everyone, I may, I preach about sisterhood, I talk about a lot of things, but this doesn't mean I'm perfect at it. I
Hmm.
speak on it, and I speak on it because I know for a fact that's something I have to work on for myself,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
meaning communications, building relationships. And if I want that relationship to continue, I have to learn how to communicate better. Even with my own family, I have to learn how to communicate better. So,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, just
Yeah.
because I'm at the age I am does not mean I can't still learn how to be better at something.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
there's is a difference between capable of being able to learn or being willing to be able to learn how to do it. So
Yeah.
I may
Yeah.
have I may be capable of it, but am I
Mhm.
willing to do it for that
Yeah.
person?
It's all about effort. You have to put in the effort,
Mhm.
and you have to put in the work to do it.
Exactly.
Relationships, no matter if it's friendships,
It's
family ships,
work.
work ships,
It's work. It's work.
it's work. It is a
Mhm.
lot of work, and a lot of people don't want to do the work. They
Yeah.
don't want to do the
But
work. They just wanted to just live vicariously, just in la la land. But
yeah.
you do have to work at the
Mhm.
relationship every day, and every day is a challenge, and it's a growth thing. So it's all about growth. Evolution. We're always evolving, and hopefully for the
Exactly.
better.
Yeah.
Hopefully for the better, and not
Yeah.
just for yourself, but to help the other person too.
Hmm. And
Um,
and I don't want to say that a lot of people don't want to put in the work. It sometimes I think it boils back down to who they are. Like some people
mhm,
are extroverts
mhm.
versus introverts, or is
Oh yeah.
another vert.
Oh,
Um,
those true personality types. Have you took the personality test?
yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
an introvert.
yeah,
I'm a high functioning introvert.
yeah.
But communications, talking, being
Mhm,
out. I like to
yeah,
go out because, he'll call me a socialite. It's not
yeah.
about going out and being a socialite. It's about when you're in those environments, when you come back home,
Mhm,
that you're drained because they take
mhm.
all the energy from you. So like communicating and talking and stuff, that instantly
Mhm.
drains me. I mean, I shut
Yeah.
down for a day or two.
Oh,
So you
I hear
just
you on that one.
so
Yeah.
people have it really boils down is no, do you really know that person and who they are?
Mm. That's me to a
Yeah.
T, because it take me a
Hmm.
minute to get back to you because I need to wind down from my day. I'm a
Hmm.
thinker. My brain is always racing. It's
Going.
always I'm a creator, and
Hmm.
it's just who I am. So it may take me a minute to come down off of that to get back to you in a couple of days or whatever. But that doesn't mean there's no love lost, you know.
Just tired
Um, I'm
and
just
drained.
tired, you know, and I need my space. So when you understand things about people, it can be a beautiful thing because it can be a win-win. Well, I know she done went through some stuff. I know she's tired. I'll just get back to her later, you know.
Mhm.
Or if I have an emergency, I really need her. Sis, I really need, you know, and then, you know, maybe we can have a conversation, but I'm gonna let you know, okay, I'm a little tired, you know, can we just,
Right.
you know, but it should be a ebb and a flow type of thing.
Hmm.
Um, so one more, okay, I want to ask you something. What was the most challenging part for you in writing this book?
Oh, so the most challenging part for me was making sure each character has a voice and it was authentic and distinct.
Yeah.
Uh, each woman in the each woman, each character, um, they're layered. Each
Mhm.
own they had their own backstory, they had their own struggles, they had their own
Yeah.
personality, and just bringing that to life. I always say. True authors, meaning full-time people who do this, this is how they earn their living 24/7.
Right, right.
I admire because trying to build a character along with their storyline,
Mhm.
that's challenging. And just making sure when a reader is reading your book,
Mhm.
ensuring that they feel and know who that person is, that they can really visualize that
Mhm.
character.
Yeah.
Um, um, how they look, how they
Yeah.
walk, what would their voice be like, what would their style be like.
Mhm.
So that was the most challenging for me.
Mhm. So there's something for
Mhm.
everybody, I would, you know, suppose,
Mhm.
because people can relate to all three of these characters, right?
Correct.
In one way or the other. So
Hmm.
that's good stuff. That's
Yeah.
good stuff. All right, just hold that thought, and we're going to be right back. Just hold tight from a word from our sponsor. What if success wasn't just about what you achieve, but who you become? At our Win Global Enterprises, we empower visionaries, gladiators, and leaders to unlock their full potential. Because winning isn't just about reaching the finish line, it's about embracing the journey. The journey of self discovery begins with the right guide. Infinity, Eternity, and Serendipity is a transformative trilogy designed to awaken purpose, illuminate the path, and embrace the unexpected miracles of life. Your destiny is waiting. Are you ready to step into it? I Win Global Enterprises, where inspiration meets action and dreams become reality. I Win Global Enterprises. Live life inspired, lead boldly, win authentically. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Girl Talk. Ooh, girl, this has been a meaningful and transparent conversation. I just love your heart, and I love talking to you. It's always a good time when we get together, right? It is.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
yeah, Sisterhood Under Trial is clearly more than just a book, right? It's like a reflection of your life, relationships, and everything else. It's like a real life story in a novel, right? Out of these three
Right.
characters,
Hmm.
somebody, like I said before, can relate to all three of these characters in some way, shape, or form, or know somebody who is just like one of the characters. That's why this is going to be just so powerful and so good for people to get. So I just cannot wait
Uh,
for that. So yeah. So anything else you want to tell us about this book? And before we wrap up, challenge you as an author. You kind of shared the challenges to you as an author with these characters. That's quite intriguing to me, and I applaud you because it's like you are trying to build up the characteristics of three people with their own issues and their own things, and so that had to been quite the challenge. But so, how did you feel after,
It's
did
funny.
what kind of take a little bit of a journey going through this book for you that you wrote with these characters? I mean, my goodness.
It's funny. Two of the chapters I rewritten, I think about s- five, six, seven times.
Oh my
Um,
God.
I'm like, it's just not right. And I kept holding on to it.
Yeah,
And um I finally sent it to print, but I was holding on to it. I'm like, I have no excuse to holding on to it. I need to just go on and send it in.
yeah, yeah.
Because if anybody if you ask anyone about me, each year I say I'm not gonna write. No, I'm not gonna write a book. I'm done. I'm
Mhm.
done.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
next thing you know, I'm doing it. But for
Never
some
say
reason,
never.
this one holds. It. I want it to be perfect,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
um, so it is holding a special place in my heart because I really want people to enjoy it,
Mhm.
and it's a four series book. So
Mm.
um
Okay.
this one is I'm excited about it. I'm nervous about it, but I have a lot of hope and love for it. I pray that it resonates with everyone. I pray that everyone enjoys it. And I just want to see it grow into something bigger.
Oh, girl, Miko, I cannot. I'm so proud of you. I
Uh,
just so proud.
Thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you. I cannot wait because it's going to be a lot of love and tears and
Hmm.
healing within this book among women and sisterhood,
Hmm.
and what a perfect uh, way to just discuss it right here on Girl Talk. So having some girl talk about sisterhood. Imagine that. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's some good stuff. Miko, is there any other last words you want to say before I want people to for you to share how they can connect with you as well. So tell us a little bit how they can connect with you, and when does the book come out? First of all, is it on pre-order or what's going on?
It's out for pre-order on www.purelivingbeauty.com.
Okay.
Pre-orders last up to I think March 17th,
Okay.
only for $12.99, and then it goes up to $15 after March 17th.
Okay.
Shipping starts on March 24th. Yes, I think those are my dates. Um,
And
um,
how else can they connect with you?
They can connect with me, email info@mekokrout.com. They can find me on social media, Twitter, not Twitter, I don't do Twitter anymore, Instagram,
Okay.
Facebook
Okay.
at
Okay.
Meko Krout,
Okay.
and even on Instagram on Pure Living
Okay.
Beauty.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all better connect with my girl. She is the bomb.com. I love her to death. Miko, thank you so much for coming to Girl Talk and sharing and being such a transparent voice here on Girl Talk. I truly appreciate you and I truly appreciate your heart. This conversation, if it has sparked anything inside of you guys, just go ahead and go to the website, connect with Miko, get your pre-orders in, and dive into this book. What's four called? I know a trilogy. What's the four? What's it called?
You know what? Because I've been saying trilogy, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's four.
What is
I don't know
four?
what the fourth is
I'm gonna have to look
called.
that up. Uh, oh my
Someone else may
God.
ask me that, and I'm gonna have to do my research.
Okay, we
I'm
got to
getting better
figure
at
that
that.
out.
Yeah.
But okay, just know y'all, it's four books. Okay, so imagine we just talking about
One.
imagine just getting the one, what the two and three and the four. Oh Lord, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna be some good stuff. So go ahead and don't forget to follow Miko on all the platforms that she shared with you guys. Pick up her book, connect with her on Instagram, stay in touch with her, you guys. You have any questions, just shoot them her way. I'm sure she'll be glad to connect with you as well. And remember to keep showing up for the ones that matter the most. All right. I'm your girl, Dr. LaDonya Yvette. And if you enjoyed this episode, please stay connected with us and make sure you like and subscribe and comment on this podcast. stay connected and let us know what you think about this episode and give us some questions and let's have a dialogue going on in the comments. Okay, we will get back to you and answer those questions for you. And go ahead and share this with those amazing people in your life. This is a great episode and a great topic to talk about to your loved ones and to your good girlfriends. You know, it's good. And go get some girlfriend. What you say, Meko? Therapy? We need some girlfriend therapy.
Exactly.
Let's go get some girlfriend therapy. Oh my God. And also, if you want to connect with us on our social media site on Facebook, we are at Girl Talk on Facebook. That is quote unquote Girl Talk on Facebook. So go ahead and join that group. Very engaging group. And we talk about Girl Talk. And we talk about the podcast and all that good stuff. So this has been great. This has been so. Thank you again, Meko. It was a pleasure having you on Girl Talk.
Thank
And
you.
thank you all so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate you. And remember, stay tuned to Girl Talk, where every voice matters and every story inspires.
Are you ready to share your story, insights, and wisdom with an audience eager for inspiration and would like to be a guest on Girl Talk? Simply email us at info@iwinglobalinc.com to inquire and book your spot. Be sure to use the hashtag GirlTalkGuest. Talk with you soon.
Maybe crazy. Oh, but you still amaze me.